Antigravity, and then it launches Antigravity. It is using Gemini for the AI, but this Antigravity is actually the agent. What can you do? Question mark, and then it's going to give you some choices on things that it can do. It can read and search, it can edit and create, app development, image and UI, mockup generation. Now I do want to note that I did try this on my Raspberry Pi 4. It did not work. In this video, I'll show you how to install Google's Antigravity 2.0 on a Raspberry Pi 5. In case you're not already familiar with Antigravity 2.0, it is an agent, not a chatbot like ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini. Antigravity isn't just a single agent. It can actually create a team of agents. You give the Antigravity platform a goal, and it breaks it down into smaller parts, and its team of agents work on those smaller tasks to achieve your goal. It's like delegating. When I first looked at Antigravity 2.0, it looked a lot like OpenClaw to me. I saw it install packages and write and deploy code locally on my Raspberry Pi. In a previous video, I installed and set up OpenClaw on this Raspberry Pi. If you missed that video and want to check it out, I will provide a link in the description. In that OpenClaw video, I went through the safety precautions in having an AI agent create files on my Raspberry Pi. I'm practicing the same safety precautions in this video. Hi, my name is Caroline. I make technology tutorials, smart home automations, and travel videos. I have my bachelor's and master's degrees in electrical engineering from Georgia Tech, and I'm author of the book, A Woman's Guide to Winning in Tech. Check it out. There are anti-gravity versions for Mac and Windows, but I wanted to use my Raspberry Pi 5 as a sandbox. And I'm being intentional when I say Raspberry Pi 5 because I tried this on my Raspberry Pi 4 and it completely failed. And since it didn't work on my Pi 4, I highly doubt it's going to work on a 3 or 2 or 0. The steps I'm going through in this video are specific to the Raspberry Pi 5, and I previously published a Chromebook version for Antigravity 2.0, and I will link to that in the description. There are two versions of Antigravity 2.0 that I'm going to install on this Raspberry Pi 5. First, the command line or CLI version, and then the version with the GUI interface or desktop version. Before you get started with this tutorial, you'll need to set up your Raspberry Pi 5 with the 64-bit version of the Raspberry Pi operating system. I'll link to my step-by-step guide setting that up in the description. You'll also need a Gmail account. I'm using a free burner Gmail email address that's not connected to any of my sensitive information, and it's not connected to a paid Gemini plan. And we are starting the screen record portion of our video now on my default Raspberry Pi desktop, and I'm going to open up a browser and go into antigravity.google. And we are going to experience a liftoff with the next gen agent platform. We'll link to this below, but it's super easy. Antigravity.google is how you get to this page. And I'm going to hit download, and it's going to give me several options to download. For Antigravity 2.0, currently there is Mac OS, there is Windows, and there is Linux. For Raspberry Pi 5, which I'm using, I'm going to hit download for ARM64. And while that's downloading, I also want to show you the command line version or CLI version. So let's scroll down to install the CLI version. All you have to do is copy this command, this curl command, and open up your terminal. And I have a terminal opened up right here. I'm going to right click and hit paste. And let's see if we can install the command line version of Antigravity 2.0 on our Raspberry Pi. It said it's successfully installed. Now it says I have to run this command, this echo command. So I'll right click, copy, and paste. Hit enter. And then it wants me to restart. So I'm going to close out of this terminal and I'm going to open up a new terminal. So I'm going to type in AGY. There we go. Welcome to Antigravity CLI. And you do have two choices, Google OAuth or Google Cloud. I'm going to use a free Gmail account. So I'm going to hit Google OAuth, authenticate with my email address, with my Gmail address, hit sign in, and then I'm going to copy to clipboard this authentication code. Going back to my terminal, right click and paste my code, paste it in my authorization code. Excellent. So I'll hit enter. We are signing in. Now, this is your personal choice. You can choose how you would like your Antigravity CLI version to appear on your screen. Different versions. I'm going to hit color blind dash friendly dark. Yes, I want to improve or not. Choose how you want to do that. I'm going to hit enter for done. We are now in. I can hit the question mark and then I can see the different shortcuts that are available. We can see what choices I have. I hit escape to get out of shortcuts. You can just say, what can you do? Question mark, and then it's going to give you some choices on things that it can do. It can read and search, it can edit and create, app development, image and UI, mockup generation, delegation, timers and scheduling. So that is really cool. You can schedule a recurring task, start an interactive interview. Those are your choices. And I am still in the project. I'm still in Antigravity right now. I'm going to say exit. Okay, goodbye. And then I can close the terminal. The next time I want to open Antigravity CLI version, I will open a terminal, type in GUI to initiate this, and I am in. So I can just hit shortcuts again, just to show you how that works, escape, and then I can just start chatting with it and telling it what I want to do. So I've installed the CLI version on my Raspberry Pi. I'll hit exit to get out of this and exit again, and now I have closed the CLI version of Antigravity 2.0 on my Raspberry Pi. While we were working on that, we did download the desktop GUI version of Antigravity 2.0. Did a download for ARM64. I downloaded this already. So now let's go over into my files and my downloads on my Raspberry Pi. And look at that, we've got Antigravity. I double clicked on it. So now I'm going to extract these files. This is a zip file, so I will hit extract. And then I don't want to extract to my temp directory. I'm just going to choose my home, and I'm going to install it on my home directory, hit open, and then hit extract. And then you'll see these files extract on my Raspberry Pi. And let's go back to my folder. I'm going to hit home and admin. And now there is a folder for Antigravity. Now we've got Antigravity. You can double click on it. So I'm going to hit execute in terminal. I am opening up the desktop GUI version of Antigravity. First is the security notice. I can agree or not agree to improve Antigravity. Then I can hit next, and then I can choose my theme. So I'm just going to choose system and hit next. And then I can build with Google, so I can choose packages or plugins I want to use. I'm just going to choose Modern Web Guidance and Firebase, and I'm going to hit finish. There's a new model option, Gemini 3.5 Flash Low, used for simple tasks. Okay, so now let's look at the models that we can choose from. Quotas are increased if you're on a paid plan. It is using Gemini for the AI, but this Antigravity is actually the agent. You can choose. There is Flash Low if you just want to use the lowest version. That's what it kind of implied. There's also Claude Sonnet if you'd like to use that. So it's really up to you what you want to use. So I'm going to keep it on Flash Low. And while we're on this, I want to look at my settings, my usage. You can do that by hitting settings down here and then going into models, and you can see how much you have left of everything. So that's going to be important. I'm going to hit refresh. So I can also go into this, and now I can do scheduled tasks. Don't have any scheduled tasks, so I can hit new, and I'm going to schedule it for daily around 9 a.m. Check airfare for a round trip from Atlanta to Santiago, Chile for November 2026, and I'm going to hit add scheduled task. There it is. So when I go into scheduled task, I now have a scheduled task. And then projects, I can have a project, no conversations yet. If I want to start a new conversation, I can just hit new conversation. And now I'm ready to go. Antigravity on my Raspberry Pi. You can see it's running right here. Now I want to make a desktop file so that it is easy for me to access the Antigravity so I don't have to go in the folder every time. So now I'm going to nano this desktop file here, and it's going to tell the menu of my Raspberry Pi where to find Antigravity and what to do when I click on it. This is the file, and I will link to this in the description. Basically, you're telling it where your Antigravity is, and then I don't have an icon for it. Give it the path, and then I am just going to hit Control X to exit, save it, and then all I have to do is close out of everything, and I'm just going to click on my Raspberry Pi icon, programming, Antigravity, but you can put it where you want to put it. Then it launches Antigravity. And there you have it. There is Antigravity on my Raspberry Pi 5. Now I do want to note that I did try this on my Raspberry Pi 4. It did not work. So I highly recommend doing this on a Raspberry Pi 5. And that completes our Antigravity setup on Raspberry Pi 5. I showed you two options to run Antigravity on your Raspberry Pi with the command line interface or desktop GUI. And if you don't have a Raspberry Pi 5, don't worry. Antigravity 2.0 can be installed on a Mac or Windows. And if you'd like to see it on the Chromebook, I'll link to my video where I installed it on my Chromebook. Please don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next tech tutorial. My name is Caroline. I make tech tutorials, smart home automations, and travel videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.